Hi guys, welcome back to See Joe Go. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode. I'm so excited to share with you today. Now, before we talk about the topic, I want to invite you, if you haven't already, to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you can get all updates on uploads. Now, today we're talking about a topic that is very passionate to me. This will appeal to parents. We're talking about traveling with babies. Now, I think this is a question that a lot of parents, especially first-time parents and new parents, ask because you may have a reason that you want to travel a wedding or you just want to take a vacation and you might say, wait, but can I travel with my baby? What's that going to be like? Is it going to be a nightmare? Are they going to cry down the plane? It's not possible. And there are all these things like, will they be okay? How will they handle being so high in the sky? How are they going to handle takeoff? Everything. There are all these questions that rush through your mind. Is it safe? I think is the biggest thing. Well, today we're going to talk about it. Now, I'm going to speak about traveling with small babies because I think that traveling with children, it differs. The experience differs based on the age and the stage of your baby. So today we're going to take it from the beginning, right? When baby is tiny, an infant. So we're going to be speaking about babies under 1 year old. All right, so here's a secret. This is actually my favorite time to travel with a child because I think it's the easiest, relatively speaking, because we know as parents, nothing is really easy, right? It's a very tiring journey. It's super rewarding, but it takes sacrifice and time and energy. So it's relatively speaking easy because you see, once your child gets to the toddler stage, that's when they want to explore, that's when they want to run up and down, they don't want to be confined, they don't want to stay in a carrier or next to you. But I think 0 to 1 is where they tend to be more susceptible to actually just sitting in place. Okay, so here are my top 3 reasons to actually travel with a baby who is between 0 to 1 years old. The first reason is, I think, the best. It's free. You don't have to pay for a baby's plane ticket until they're 2 years old, right? So children under 2 travel for free. And I feel like that's a super great deal and it's a super great reason to book your vacation. Here's an opportunity that you have only for up to 2 years to plan a family vacation where you don't have to pay for one of the tickets. And I think that's like, you'll never get that back. So I'd say go for it if you feel comfortable. The second reason is that traveling on an airplane actually provides some of the things that your baby likes best to feel comfortable. The first reason there is that your baby is going to be next to you because the reason you don't pay for a ticket is because the baby doesn't really have their own seat. They're technically not entitled to their own seat. They sit in your lap for the flight. If it's an empty flight and there's a free seat beside you, you can feel free to use it. But if it's otherwise packed, baby will stay in your lap. And especially for takeoff and landing, baby will sit in your lap. But if you think about it, infants, smaller children, before they start creeping and walking, they like that body contact. They want to smell you. They want to hear your heartbeat. They want to be right next to you. So when you're on the plane and when you're waiting, at the gate, that's exactly what they get. So they're like being spoiled. They're like, oh, this is perfect. I love this. The next thing is that, once they're fed and diaper is changed, they're technically more than likely going to be okay. Of course, every baby is different. So this is just generally speaking and from my own experience as well. The next thing that we probably don't think about is that an aircraft provides this kind of sound, which is very similar to white noise. Now, white noise is something that a lot of parents actually use to soothe their babies when they're fussy or to comfort them to sleep. So you'll actually find that it's quite likely that your baby will fall asleep shortly after taking off or at some point during the flight. And the third reason is that you actually get special allowances for traveling with a baby. Aside from people thinking, oh, your baby's cute and they might give you, a space in the line or something like that, there are actually systems in place to help you to travel with your baby. So the first is that you actually get extra cargo for free. I think it's so sweet because the baby doesn't pay for a ticket, but you are allowed to check in a stroller and a car seat for free on all airlines, as far as I know. All airlines I have used. So let's just say that from my experience, it's been free. So you can have a stroller which you can use to carry the baby all the way to the airplane. When you board, they'll take it and then you can collect it when you've arrived at your destination. You can also carry a car seat. I think that's amazing, guys. It's a really nice deal. The next thing is that, in general, you're not allowed to travel with liquids through security. And if your baby's formula fed, you might be like, well, how am I going to feed my baby? Well, one, you can get hot water like on the plane, but if you're like me and you prefer to source everything for your baby and know exactly where it's coming from, you can actually just put your warm water in a thermos and you can carry it through security because they allow you to travel with the baby's formula, the powder, and also with the liquid to prepare it, right? At least to some measure. And you're also allowed to travel with like other liquids that would otherwise have to be disposed of. So like yogurts, fruit purees, you get some special treatment there. It's really so sweet. The next thing is you might be nervous, like, what if I hold up the security line? It's already so long. Well, some airports, they have thought about that and they have specific lines for parents so that can help to ease your anxieties there. And then you might also think, what about changing the baby? Where am I going to do that? Well, maybe you didn't realize before, because our eyes aren't really open to things until we're like in the situation. But in the airplane restroom, they also have the facilities that you need to change your baby. So I hope that helps to ease some of your anxieties if you are a new parent wondering, how do I travel with my baby? And if you have any other concerns, I'd recommend that you read the blog, because it addresses other questions like the how to travel with your baby, the before, the preparation, getting the passport, finding out from your pediatrician if it's a good idea and when it's safe. So I would say head over to the blog so that you can have more questions answered. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment below and I'll try my best to answer. Thank you so much for joining us on Go. I really hope this was helpful, and see you next time. Bye!